We're taught to hold a pencil way back in grade school. You know what I'm talking about. The super tight grip, the head cocked a bit in concentration, and before you know it, your fingers ache from all that frustration of the task at hand being channeled into your pencil. But that super focused tight pencil grip isn't always the best when you're sketching or drawing. So today I'm going to shake you up a bit and show you a different way to hold your pencil, and it is going to change everything for you when it comes to your sketching skills. To start things off, I'm going to do a little sketch here just from memory, whatever pops into my head, and I'm going to hold my pencil the way that I'm used to holding my pencil if I were a grade school student again. And you can see I'm holding it really far down on the barrel of the pencil, and my fingers are tightly gripped around the barrel. You can see that kind of tension in my index finger and my thumb, especially in the knuckles. And now, friends, honestly, I'm able to draw something out here that feels very controlled and I'm confident with. And honestly, I don't mind the way it looks. This type of pencil hold can work really well if you want a ton of control, if you aren't working very large, and if you want a style that eventually might end up being more realistic. All of the movement, though, comes from your knuckles or maybe even your wrist if you're lucky. It's a very controlled movement when you hold your pencil this way. So here are the pros of holding your pencil with this tight traditional grade school grip. Number one, lots of control. Number two, it's a great hold when you're going for a more realistic vibe overall. Number three, it's a great hold when you've got a decent amount of experience with drawing and sketching. Because that leads me to the cons. And number one, it's way too easy to press too hard on your paper with this kind of pencil hold, and that makes it really difficult to erase. Number two, another con of this traditional pencil hold, it's way too easy to get hyper-focused on one aspect of your illustration instead of what you need to be doing is kind of seeing the big picture as you're roughing in basic shapes. This kind of pencil hold breeds hyper-focus, if you will. Just think about yourself as a kid when you were really concentrating on something really hard in school, and you would just keep gripping that pencil tighter and tighter and tighter. And yeah, I think you get what I mean. Number three, this pencil hold makes it more difficult to rough in basic shapes because you don't have as much free movement when all of the movement is coming from your knuckles, your fingertips, and your wrist instead of your whole arm. Now it's time for me to show you a different pencil hold, and I'm going to start a whole new composition. I've got some flowers here that are on their way out, and I'm going to pay homage to them. So remember, the traditional pencil hold, all the movement comes from your wrist, but with this new pencil hold, you're going to see very quickly that all of the movement mostly comes from your whole arm, from your shoulder socket. So here we go, friends. You're going to hold that pencil with your thumb, your forefinger, and you're going to kind of let that pencil just rest in the palm of your hand. You're going to feel like you have a lot less control, but look at that. It doesn't allow you to easily grip that pencil too tight, and it allows you to move around the paper easily and effortlessly, and this is especially important for mapping out basic shapes. You're probably going to feel like that pencil could slip out of your hands at any moment, but trust me, the majority of the pencil barrel or handle surface is resting on the inside of your palm and in the upper parts of your fingers. It's not going anywhere. And yes, you definitely have a little bit less control, but that doesn't mean you cannot carve out beautiful shapes that feel accurate and even realistic, dare I say. In a matter of seconds, I was able to map out this ranunculus and even start to add some detail like shading and a suggestion of how the petals are curving. And now that I'm at the center of this flower, I'm easily able to apply pressure in a controlled way to darken up the area as needed. But contrasted with holding the pencil the traditional way, it's a lot harder and it takes a little more concentration for me to press hard and get that dark kind of mark. Whereas holding the pencil traditionally, it's kind of a natural effect that I can get a really dark mark really easily and quickly. And for sketching and for the ability to be able to edit and erase so that you don't have all those horrible dark lines left behind, this kind of hold is golden. Friends, let me know if this is making sense. Let me know in comments what questions you have right at this moment. And I just want to remind you, this isn't necessarily a how to sketch the thing that I'm sketching on screen. This is a video all about how to hold your pencil and how it can help you in your sketching and drawing journey. So you might be wondering, what are the pros and cons of holding the pencil in this very different way? Let me tell you. But before I do, I would love it if you're enjoying this video, you're getting some value out of this different kind of approach to holding your pencil. Would you give this video a boop, friends? That's a like. Yeah, no, the little thumbs up down there that lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this content, and it helps YouTube kind of let everybody else out there know that this content exists. So it really helps me out. So I feel that there's really just one primary con to holding the pencil with this different grip, and that honestly is less control easily. You still have control, but you're forced to slow down a bit. So honestly, this one con that I can think of really isn't a con, it's more of a pro, because it gives your brain more time to connect with your hand and what your hand and your brain are doing together. Yeah, your hand-eye coordination. So this pencil hold actually really helps with your hand-eye coordination, which is so important with sketching in any kind of realistic or semi-realistic way. Head into comments, let me know if you've tried this pencil hold. Do you love it? Are you not a fan? Do you use it consistently? Why or why not? Let's get the conversation started. So what are some of the pros of holding your pencil in this way? Number one, you are forced to kind of use the pencil from a side angle because of the way that you're holding the pencil in your hand. You can't really comfortably use the tip. This gives you a much softer line and allows you to do shading a lot easier and in a more consistent way. Your shading will look a lot smoother when holding your pencil this way, especially when you're using the softer graphite like the 2Bs, 3Bs, and up. And speaking of all the Bs and the Hs and all the different grades of pencil, do you have questions about them? Let me know. Should I make a video about just the pencil grades? I want to know, friends. Let me know in comments. How many times did I say no just now? Oh my gosh. Number two, another reason I love this pencil grip. It's a lot easier to undulate your dark and light, thick and thin lines. I'm a sucker for line quality. Line quality is when you draw a line and it has a lot of personality. It doesn't look just one way. Holding your pencil this way makes it really easy to press harder and lift off and go back and forth, in and out between all of the different pressures that you can add to the paper with a pencil very easily compared to the traditional grade school grip. You can really see the proof of that in those few buds that I added on the left-hand side of this composition. I was really playing around with the line quality, the thick and thin, and the crisp lines versus the thick lines and scratchy lines and textural lines. So that section of the illustration is really important to look at when you want to understand how this pencil grip can really help you out in your illustrations. Now, friends, I'm moving into some watercolor washes here just for fun, but stay with me because this last pro of this particular pencil hold is a big one, and it's a mind blower type of one. Mind blower. Gosh, wow. I just like to make up phrases. Anywho. All right, friends, this is number three. When you hold your pencil this way, your whole arm is really doing the movement. Your elbow, your shoulder socket, is that what it's called? Your whole arm is actively involved in making the marks and the shapes on the page. And that's what gives you that more effortless kind of sketching look on the paper. So if your sketches feel very heavy, if they feel kind of like they're going through a struggle, like they feel tortured in some ways, because friends, trust me, I have sketches and paintings that feel tortured. You know what I mean? This pencil hold could really pull you out of that, and quickly. So give it a try. Let me know in comments. Did I get you excited with what I just said? Are you going to give this pencil hold a try? Say yes or who knows. I love discovering these secrets of art making where you realize in a moment that it isn't just you. Your frustrations aren't because you lack talent or skill or concentration or focus. Sometimes the frustrations that you're finding in your journey are because of simple tweaks like using better quality paper or just simply holding your pencil in a different way. I really hope that this video is an eye-opener for you and gives you a load of aha moments the next time you put pencil to paper. Now, speaking of the next time that you're going to put pencil to paper, this playlist is going to take you on a sketching journey. And friends, I apologize in advance because, yeah, I'll see you in a couple days. And until then, happy sketching.